There are a lot of issues that happen in academia. There's lots of problems that happen in the research careers that we're part of. I want to talk about that today, and I'm going to tell you some stories or give you some insight to sort of change your mind and how you think about things, and to make sure that you see the world differently than how you see it right now. So, I talk about a lot of problems that exist within the research realm, where you think that you're the only one. For example, there's many people experiencing the same thing around the world, where you think that you are a small group of just yourself. Everybody experiences these things, and you're thinking, why am I struggling with this? There are problems with how we measure things. I mean, I could pick apart, I can go into almost everything and say, that's not a great way to measure things. I would not actually do it that way. I can go into any field and say, oh gosh, this is really bad science. Why are we actually paying attention to this stuff? All of those things are very real. We spend too much on science. There is devious behavior. There is people trying to sort of game the system, all that kind of stuff. We know all of that exists. But I want you to sort of think about this. We tend to focus on the negative. That's what we tend to do. We're always thinking about the negative and all of the problems that actually exist. I want you to change how you view the world and think about how you, this person in here and this person right here, starts changing your mind, seeing the opportunities, the world, the positive things that are happening, which is so very hard to do because we are taught to negate. We are taught to look at the world and say it's all wrong. That's what we do. And in fact, even if you are a normal person today, social media, the news, they all focus on the negative. They all focus on that emotional response that you get. And that's why I actually began the conversation with the way that I began it, because I knew that you were going to watch it. I want you to look at the world and start seeing opportunities and start seeing amazing things that you can possibly do. And I want you to just go back and think about all of the things. I want you to pick a single area in your life, and I want you to think about what it was like 40 years ago and what it would have been like. And you would be amazed in how much more difficult it was. And it doesn't matter that particular area. It was more expensive, more difficult, more everything. You know, why has this changed? It's because of the fact that people see opportunities. It's because of the fact that people see something positive. Wherever that there is a negative belief that you have, where you think that the world is going to end, where you think that there's all these troubles, where you think it's just not great, I want you to look at the world and say, this is an opportunity. This is a moment where I can make my mark. This is a moment where I can see that there's these problems that exist and I could change this and I could be part of the solution. I saw that with the Reciprocity Project. That's what this is about. I see all of the negative things and I see how people feel about themselves and all of the things, the challenges that we face, from, the challenges with tenure, the challenges with all of this, like I feel so terrible about myself and all of the imposter syndrome, all that kind of stuff. I want to change that. I want you to think about that there is a world of opportunity, that it is a positive moment in your life. I remember all of those feelings, and I still get those feelings where I feel like the world's coming to an end. It's awful, and I can't get anywhere. But I want to be the person where I'm speaking to that person 20 years earlier and saying, don't lose your spark. Don't go and start getting too negative and being sucked into the negative. Put your blinders on and see the world as opportunities, as things that are really, truly important that we can fix. And I say can on purpose because, I think Barack Obama was actually a little right. Yes, we can. We can make these positive changes. It requires us to believe it and to think it. All of these things are where we think that, this is terrible. Why would I ever want this kind of stuff? I want you just to think about just changing your thoughts just a little bit and say, yeah, it'll be all right if I can dream. I see that when I see people that are negative and that they can't see the world just a little ways ahead. I see them not feeling good about themselves. I see that they are really struggling to dream, that they see that there is not something that they are hoping for at this moment. And I want you to take a step back and say, how can I get there? What is that going to look like? Because if you don't have that hope, you're not going to actually put in all of the effort and all of the challenges and struggle through all of the things to get to where you need to go to. I want you to just start thinking, what if there was a world that looked a little different? What would that look like for me? And in my little surrounding right now, what is the thing that is irritating me the most? How can I change that? What might that look like? What can I do at this very moment? And there was a moment for me that was really important. I've talked about this many times. It was during my PhD. It was about 3 years in. I was really feeling bad. And it's been a journey since then, a huge journey, a long journey since then that is painful. But I remember the moment, because I decided to smile. And it required me to think, I need to smile. This shouldn't be this hard. And I want you to think about that, how you can change in your life. How can I smile? Or if you are stuck inside and you feel like you're stuck inside, or you feel like you're afraid of something, how can I get out today? How can I do that one little tiny thing? I feel like I can't do it, but how can I change it? I want you to think about that. What is the one thing that you feel that you can't do, or that you're afraid to do? And you just simply say, how can I change that? What might that look like? How can I dream again? If you can dream, and you could say, as Barack Obama says, he was a good speaker, by the way. Yes, we can. If you could just simply change it, and change the way that you thought and think about the world just a little bit, and say, yeah, you know what, there's a problem in my life. How might I change it? What might that be? How am I going to start to do that today? And I'm going to tell you this. Every single day that you do it from now on, you're going to feel like a loser. You're going to feel stupid. It's not going to feel good. Nothing about it is going to feel the way that you think it's supposed to feel like, and what it says in the movies, and all of a sudden everything changes. This is not what happens. What happens is you feel like a stupid, a loser, like all of those negative thoughts that are in your head. That's what you're going to feel, but you are doing it. You've changed it. You've decided to change something in your life and make it a little bit more positive, so you can hope and dream and do something that's amazing. Because every time I see a problem, every time I see that there is something that's just not right, you know it's just not right. Whatever it is, you name the big thing in your life that's just not right, there's a solution that exists, and you can do it. Now, even when there's people in your life that just don't respect it, they don't get it, any of that kind of stuff, you can change. You can find another group of people, or even do the godforsaken thing, the real challenging thing where you actually have to leave somebody. Not as a difficult thing to do, but you could do these things. You can change it. You can. You can make these big, bold moves that it seems scary at this time. You just gotta simply get up and make one little thing every single day. One little tiny thing where it feels like you are a complete loser, it's not working out, you don't know what you're doing. That's the right thing. That's it. And you get back up and you do it again every single day. Until eventually you're doing it repeatedly, you still feel like a loser, but you're good at it. I want you to think about that. All right, take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.